Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected, find out how to choose an internet service provider, discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Always down and ready to ride.
Hello, everybody. I'm about to be rated. Well, I want to say before we begin tonight, thank you so much for being here. While my internet is working, fingers crossed, I want to say a really special thank you to Owen, who sent me a lovely package in the mail, and it came with some amazing stickers, some amazing art. Oh, you can't quite see that. There we go. And this right here. And I know Owen's going to be watching this later. And so I wanted to say a special thank you so much, Owen. But very importantly, I did read your letter and I got the special bracelet that Owen made for me. It says Owen Hart Paisley on it, which is so sweet. And a new Squishmallow friend. How awesome is that? So thank you so much, Owen. I'm so excited for this. I talked to your mom today, and I know that you're going to be watching this tomorrow. So thank you so much, Owen. I love this bracelet. He knows the way to my heart. Also, so hi guys, a call-in raid is happening. Wonderful. Cellulite Yoga Pants, there was another package that arrived, but I will open that later. I want Owen to have this part of the video for him, and then we'll talk about your package later. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks so much for being here. If you're rating and you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Also like the video, clock in for your shift. We are going down to Texas today, and we are going to be watching a child custody support case that is a little unusual. Let's just say dad doesn't think that he should be paying mom for certain things. He would rather buy every item. That's what I gathered from the little bit that I heard. But we are going to watch that. So make yourself comfortable. Tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. There he is. Colin, thanks for the raid. I heard you had people crying tonight. We are not into crying tonight. Well, unless you're into crying. We don't kink shame around here. So if that's your thing, go for it. Good to see you, Colin. So, like I said, we're going to Texas, and this hearing is over an hour and 15 minutes long. So we're gonna get started right away because oh, you were breaking hearts. Well, my heart has been won over. Look at my special custom bracelet that I got sent in the mail. You know you've made it when. Thanks again, Owen. All right, let's get it going. Ooh. We'll fit everybody on the screen and then I'll pop in there too. Also, that weird noise is them, not me. It's them. Vince is pumped. Oh, they handed out Kleenex. That's good. I don't know what she's watching. I'm going to get rid of that weird red box in a minute. The judge is going to come, and then I'm going to, that's what she said, and then I'm going to...
Somebody has some background noise. Do we know who it is? Okay, hopefully it won't be too distracting during the hearing. Someone's talking in the background, like a TV or something. We are live on the record in cause number 24 FD 0862. This is an original petition and suit affecting the parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. This was filed April 19th, 2024. Parties are present on Zoom today. This is a remote proceeding, and we are sitting outside. I am sitting outside of Galveston County pursuant to the Texas Family Code, section 201.1045.
Now, this part coming up is just for us, guys. Remember.
Nobody has objected to proceeding in this manner. And Miss, is it Basil?
Bazil Artie.
Miss Basil, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Yes, Karina Bazil Artie.
And Mr. Artie, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Dorsey Lee Artie, Senior.
Thank you. And is Miss Young Fleeton testifying?
No, Your Honor.
Could you two please raise your right hands? Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Lower your hand. And counsel for the Attorney General's office.
Elvira Villarreal for the Office of the Attorney General.
Before we begin, there's a few housekeeping rule or items. The first is I'm an associate judge, and so you do have the right to know that you have the right to a de novo hearing before the referring court regarding any decisions I make. Also, audio, visual, photographing, broadcasting of court proceedings is prohibited. So nobody either here on Zoom or anybody watching on YouTube should be doing any of those things. Also, even though you are on devices, we treat this just like court. So using civil tones, treating one another with respect. Generally, we take testimony, so one of you will be asked questions at a time by the Assistant Attorney General. If you're not the person being asked questions, please don't interrupt or answer for the other party, ask or make noises. You're going to hear things you disagree with. That's why you're having a hearing, but wait till it's your turn to speak. Feel free to write notes if you need to, so you're sure to get things out. And also be aware I'm not with the Attorney General's office, so things you've spoken to them in the past about or today, I don't know about and I'm not supposed to. So be patient. You might be asked questions that you spent a while today talking about and giving the answers, but just know that I'm the one making the decision and I did not hear those answers and I can't. So please, answer the questions that are asked of you to the best of your ability. If you don't know the answer, you can say you don't know, and we'll get through this. And so is everyone ready to proceed today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Proceed, Ms. Villarreal.
Thank you, Your Honor. And before I call my first witness, Judge, I would like to state that Mr. Dorsey Lee Artie has not been served. This is his first appearance. The parties have agreed to proceed today. The state is asking for a temporary order to be set in this case. And with that, I would like to call Ms. Karina Beazle. Ma'am, go ahead. What is your relationship to the children in this suit?
I'm the mother.
And what are the names of the children?
Zior Artie and Darion Artie.
And how old are they?
11 and 7.
And who do the children primarily reside with?
Me,
And who is the father of the children?
Dorsey Artie.
And how often has Mr. Artie visited the children?
I give him the weekends that he calls and the holidays, which is every other holiday. And he
when
also
was-
gets, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
He also gets a month in the summertime.
Now, ma'am, who primarily makes the decisions for the children?
I do.
And what type of decisions does that entail?
All of them, where they're going, their school, what they eat, mostly everything. Bedtimes, on electronics, sports, doctors, dentist appointments, So mainly everything in daily life that they do.
And before we go any further, so they don't agree on anything? They don't agree on conservatorship, education?
Correct,
Yes.
Judge. Well, it's my understanding that Mr. Artie is seeking a 50-50 visitation. I don't believe there's an objection with with mom being the conservator that designates the residence of the children, from my understanding. Is that correct, Mr. Artie?
Yes.
Okay, so you are seeking more of a 50-50
Yes.
split as far as visits, correct? And
Yes,
you're not
ma'am.
fighting the actual custody or conservatorship, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, you can continue if that helps.
Thank you, Judge. Now, ma'am, how involved would you say Mr. Artie is in making those types of decisions?
He's not involved in making none of them. He usually calls me and I'll let him know, like, oh yeah, you can come get the kids, or he'll call the kids are ask me and I'll be like, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Now, ma'am, has there been any issues of any physical abuse between you and Mr. Artie, or involving any of the two children?
Between the parents, not the children.
Okay. And what was that incident?
We had an incident where I was sleeping in the middle of the night. He went through my phone and he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. He put a pillow on my.
Oh my God, I just screamed. It wasn't unmuted. I didn't know that was in here. Trigger warning. Oh my God. Holy shit. I didn't obviously hear that part. So, bleh, 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 bleh. So nonchalantly. Also seem to be working well together. Like, wow. She was somebody who did that. That's insane. Okay, lost 10 people.
My face and put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. And we
loaded?
also, it was like when he got out of jail.
Are you okay? I mean, so a bullet went into a pillow through your head? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
he pulled the trigger. I don't know what happened, if he took the bullets out or he was just trying to scare me or whatever happened, but he put a pillow on my face and he put a gun to my head and he pulled the trigger. It did not go off, but that happened. And then it was another incident where,
And ma'am, before so before you talk about the other incident, when did this happen?
this happened when I was living in the veranda. And
What year, ma'am?
I think this was 2020. It was when he got out of jail. He went through my phone. He saw some stuff that he did not like. And yeah, that.
Let me ask you this. So regarding this 2020 incident, do you remember what month this happened?
I'm not sure on the month, no, ma'am.
Was it at the beginning of the year or the end of the year?
I would say in the middle of the year.
How could you not remember when that is? Holy shit. That makes oh wow. Okay.
Now, ma'am, regarding that incident, did you call the police?
I did not. I called my dad because he's a police.
Did you file any type of report regarding
No,
this
ma'am.
incident? Okay.
No, ma'am,
Now,
because he was still on parole and I didn't want him to go back to jail.
now, when was the last time you and Mr. Artie resided together?
We weren't residing together then. He was living somewhere else. He was just coming to visit my apartment. We would like go and stay. So after he got out of jail, after that, we weren't together. Now I would come to his house, spend a night at his house. He would come to mine, spend a night at mine.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get the timeline. Okay. In order. So when was he released from jail?
If I'm not mistaken, it was in 2020. I don't know the exact date.
Now, prior to 2020 did you and Mr. Artie reside together?
Yes, we lived at River Bottom Road.
When did you reside together? From what time frame?
Before he went to jail, which was in 2019. So we did live at River Bottom Road in Katy, Texas.
Oh, ma'am. So you resided together, and if you could just answer my question, okay? So you
Can I get my charger? Sorry, my charger, please.
Yeah, let's pause the hearing so we can grab a charger.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I gotta plug in for this shit. It's gonna be a while. Donald, it seems messy. Lily, convenience she doesn't remember, right? I mean, honestly, it's lower on the list of believability because she did not report it.
Okay. Sorry about that.
proceed, Judge.
May I proceed?
Thank you. Okay, ma'am. What
Yeah.
year did you start residing with Mr. Artie?
Well, we started dating in, I want to say 2011. And I stayed with my parents. He stayed with, I'm not sure who he stayed with. I think his mom. And we moved in. I got on Section 8 and we moved into an apartment in Lamarck, which is called Lamarck Apartments. And then from there.
Ma'am, if you could just listen to my question. So
Yes,
my
ma'am.
question is, what year did you start living together? Was it in 2011?
Yes, no, it was in like 2012.
Okay. Now,
Yes,
and then you stopped residing together which year?
2019.
Now, I do want to talk about this incident that happened in 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
Where were the children?
The children were in their room sleep. This was in the middle of night, AM. Yes,
Now,
I was sleeping.
after that incident, was Mr. Artie still around
Where
you?
did you
and
get the gun? Can we go to your house, ma'am?
Ma'am, I was in my house. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where did he get the gun? Did he bring it with him? Was it in your house?
The gun was my gun that was in my side table.
So you keep a gun in your side table?
Yes, ma'am. Back then I did.
Where do you keep it now?
I keep it in my safe.
Okay, you can continue.
Ma'am, speaking
Yes.
of the gun, so the gun was yours, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you keep that gun loaded?
No, it's not loaded.
Now, what did Mr. Artie say after that incident occurred? What did he tell you?
So I was asleep. He was going through my phone while I was asleep. And he woke me up out of my sleep in a rage. And he was just waving my phone saying, you doing all this type of stuff. It was stuff in my phone. You have pictures, you have this, you have that, And I was like, why are you going through my phone? And he was like, you shouldn't be doing such and such. You shouldn't have this stuff in your phone. I can go through your phone. You're like, we're together. So that was that. I'm still asleep. So we went back and forth for a moment and he threw the phone. I got the phone. I have this thing on the side of my phone where if I press my phone 3 times, it calls my dad or it sends him a voice message and a picture. So I did that. And
What, ma'am?
on the side
Tap
of
on your
my phone, yes, if you press the side of the phone 3 times,
Mhm.
it calls your emergency contact, and my emergency contact is my dad. So it called him, it took video, it takes like a snapshot
What?
and it sends a location.
Okay, so it's like a snapshot of your room?
A snapshot, yeah, just wherever the phone is, it just takes a snapshot of it.
Now, ma'am, and just Mr. Artie was on parole for what?
He went to jail for possession of a firearm and marijuana charge. I'm not sure if that one got dropped because the gun charge overtook that one.
And
Possession of
has,
a firearm with a felon.
Sorry, with a what?
And
A felon with a firearm?
What was he a felon? What made him a felon?
That I'm not sure.
now, ma'am,
I'm sorry, what was the other one? So possession of a firearm with a felon, and then there was another one you thought that might have been dropped but might not have. What was that again?
And then he had it was in another county. It was in Waller County. I think
Okay.
that was the gun. And then in Yawls County, which is Galveston, it was, I think, maybe I don't really know. Yeah, but he had two cases at the same time. But the
Okay.
gun charge overtook the other case.
now, ma'am, to your knowledge, do you know if Mr. Artie possesses firearms?
Yes. Actually, I have a text message he sent on 4th of July. He brought them some fireworks to my dad's house. And when they were getting the fireworks out of the bag, it had a 40 millimeter clip with bullets in it. And I took a picture of the weapon. It was just the magazine. I took a picture of that. I sent it to him. I said, "Hey, the kids found this in their bag. Do you want it?" He said yes. He came to my dad's house. He picked it up.
When was this, ma'am?
I'm sorry, that was in the kids' bags?
It was in he dropped fireworks 4th of July this year.
He dropped a bag off with fireworks and it contained a loaded magazine?
Yes, ma'am, a 40 millimeter magazine. I have the picture on my phone. I took a picture of it and I sent it to him and asked him, "Hey, the kids found this in their bag. Do you want it?" He said yes. I gave it to him.
Now, ma'am, besides this 4th of July incident, and aside from the incident that happened in 2020, what other incident has occurred between you and Mr. Artie that would cause concern?
We had another. This is the reason why we don't talk. He got physical with me again over an argument in the car with the kids, and we got into it in the car. This time I fought back and he punched me. I blacked out for a little bit. I called my dad, and my dad went to his house, got what I had over there because we were going back and forth, and we left. My dad told me not to talk to him no more, but I couldn't because we have kids. So I'm not that type of person. I still let him see his kids. So
When did this happen?
this was in I want to say, I have the stuff in my phone. I'll have to, I'm sorry, I don't know how to put the camera back on. I have it in my phone, the picture of like my face just.
When was this one?
messed up.
Which year?
If I'm not mistaken, maybe 22.
Now,
When we were going back and forth. I would go spend a night at his house some nights.
ma'am, did you call the police?
I think maybe the people who were behind us on the highway did, but I made him get out the car and I left. I called my dad, I left, and they met me at his high rise by the Galleria, and we waited on him, and my dad was there, which he's a police, so he's not gonna do nothing in front of my dad. So, and we went up and we got my stuff and we left.
Ma'am, did you ever file a police report?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, did you have to seek medical attention for your eye?
No, I didn't have to seek medical attention. I just put an ice pack on it.
Okay. Aside from what other injuries did you sustain from that incident in 2022?
It was just a big lip and just like some cuts on my arm, and that was it.
And ma'am, did you ever file anything in the court seeking some type of protective order against Mr. Artie?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Now, was that the last physical altercation?
Yes, that was the
between
last
Artie?
time that was the last physical altercation. That was the last time I would go and stay at his house.
Now, ma'am, at this time, what type of visitation do you believe would be appropriate for Mr. Artie to have with the children?
So right now, if he calls, I'll let him get them. It's no problem. I don't think we have a problem with visitation rights, but I usually try to do first, third, and the fifth. And then if he gets them this holiday, I'm the next one. Or if he gets them this birthday, I'm the next one, just like that. And then I text him this year and asked him, hey, what month you want to get them? He never responded back. So my daughter had a graduation. He got them from there until the 26th of last month.
Hey, ma'am, so you don't have any concerns with Mr. Artie having unsupervised visits with the children, correct?
No. The only thing I
Now,
have, oh, I'm sorry.
what safety concerns or what concerns do you have with the visits?
The only concern that I have is I just don't want to meet up with him. So I drop them off at my dad's house. He picks them up from there, and then he'll drop them back off.
Now, ma'am, I was going to ask you, so what would be an appropriate neutral location that you believe the pickup and drop off should occur at?
My dad's house, which is 202 North Spareway, Texas City, Texas 77.
Stop doxing your dad. Also, what about Chicken and Pickle? That's where the last case they were doing pickle. The judge did not like that.
Now, is there another option where there is a public location as opposed to a family member's residence that you would suggest the pickup and drop off would occur at?
Maybe the schools. He can pick them up from school on his weekday. He can pick them up from school. That's
now,
fine.
When school is not in session, what would be a good pickup and drop off for both children?
Maybe a Walmart or a grocery store where there's multiple people there.
Now, is there a Walmart that you're suggesting?
It's a Walmart in Lamarck. That's fine if I need to go closer because I know he lives in the Galleria area. So, yeah.
Yeah. And do you know which street the Walmart is located on?
It's 45. Yes.
Your dad's a
Now-
police officer, right?
Yeah, he's retired.
Now, ma'am, at this time you are seeking to receive child support, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what Mr. Artie does for a living?
Well, I know what he used to do. I don't know what he does in the present moment. He told me the other day that he was legit now, so I don't know what that means.
What did he do before?
He sold drugs.
Oh my God. I did not know. Oh my God. He's legit now. What did he do before? He sold drugs. Weed. It sounds like it. This is funny.
Now, do you know if Mr. Artie was ever employed at a full-time company?
I think a company named Will Do It at one time.
What was that company? Type of it? What type of company was it?
This was before me, so I'm not sure. I just know that he told me that before.
Now, ma'am, do you know if Mr. Artie has any other children?
Yes, he has a older son.
And how old is that older son, if you know?
If I'm not mistaken, he just turned 18.
You know if that older son has graduated from high school?
Yes.
Now, ma'am, at this time, how are the children covered for health insurance?
I have them on Medicaid, which covers everything, but I also have them on dental and vision at my job.
Now, how much does it cost for the dental, just for the children, per month at your job?
So dental and vision is together and it costs $24 and it's a family plan.
Is that $24 per
$24.
month?
I think it's bi-weekly if I'm not mistaken.
And how many people are on that plan?
5 of us.
Is there, does that cost change when you add an additional child to it?
No.
Damn, that's affordable. Jim, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Members only on Sunday. Do, 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 do. Members only on Sundays. Thank you so much. Make sure that you have gifting turned on. This case has gone from a little bit crazy to an absolute debacle. I didn't even know it was going to be so bad. This is crazy. Thank you again, Jim. I think you said it. Like hood legit doesn't necessarily mean legal, right? Here, I'm sorry. There you go. We do for our friends around here. Thank you again. Again. This is not absolutely not.
Now, ma'am, at this time, you are asking the court to order a non-disclosure in your case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that means that you won't have to disclose your identifying information on the order for fear of future harm. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know if Mr. Artie has any criminal charges against him right now that are pending?
Now that I don't know.
Now, how do you normally communicate with Mr. Artie?
Either phone, he'll call my phone, or he called the kid's phone.
Okay. Would you be agreeable, or would you agree to communicating with Mr. Artie through a co-parenting app?
Yes.
Oh, now it makes so much sense why he's so against the parenting app. He's like a telegraph kind of guy. And you'll see he puts up a big fight about using the parenting app, which usually like there's that, but he does. And now hearing that, which internet, please stop. Day.
You would agree to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, have before?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, at this time, well, Judge, at this time, I pass this witness.
You may call your next witness.
Mr. Artie, and
Yeah.
what is your relationship to the children in this suit?
The father.
Okay. And you and Ms. Bazio previously signed acknowledgement of paternity for both children, is that right?
So I did what?
You signed acknowledgements of paternity that you are the dad of the children?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, sir, you heard Ms. Bazio testify in this suit. I do want to talk about this incident that happened in 2022. Now, is that an accurate depiction of or a reflection of what happened on that day?
No, it's not.
Now, sir, did you physically assault Miss Karina in a car?
No, it went the other way around.
Sir,
We had
did
out-
you
oh,
hold on? Yeah,
mhm.
just wait for me to ask the questions
Okay.
and I'll give you the opportunity.
Okay.
Did you punch her in the eye?
No, I couldn't punch her. It's impossible.
Now, did you put your hands on her while you guys were in the car?
I back on. Yes, I did.
Can you get closer to your device? I'm having trouble hearing your answers.
I back on her. Yes, I did.
Now,
I'm sorry, what? What is back arming somebody? I've heard of backhanding somebody, but back arming? Is that this part of the arm? This part of the arm? Is that really elbowing? Are we at the elbowing stage? I've never heard back arm. Also, these people are crazy. I can't believe they're out there airing this kind of business. Oh, front? No, he said back. It's like when you're shooing a fly away. Shoot fly. But that's a backhand, right? Love my bracelet. Oh, God. I hope not.
Sir, do you have any criminal charges pending right now?
No, let's finish the conversation because you skipping. Because
Oh, no, hold on.
Can I say my side of the story? You just asking her side. Can I say my
Your Honor,
side?
at this time, I'm going to object to non-responsive.
Sir, at this point, it's time for you to answer questions. It looks like you're both representing yourselves today, so you both will be given a chance to speak. But just as remember in the beginning, I said when she asks questions, just answer them honestly and to the best of your ability.
Okay.
I don't know what is or isn't pending against you right now, sir. So I do want to
I don't
warn you
have-
though.
I don't have anything.
Let me just say this in case it's relevant anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
So you do have the right to, you have the Fifth Amendment right. So you do have the right to remain silent. And anything you say can be used against you in a law. We are making an electronic recording of today's hearing. So if you do choose to exercise your right, just let us know.
Yes,
You may
ma'am.
proceed, Villarreal.
Thank you, Judge. And Ms. Hart, just to confirm, you don't have anything pending against you right now, correct?
No, I don't.
Okay. So now let's go back. So what happened in the incident in the car in 2022?
2022, we coming back on a family trip. My baby boy son, which was 5 at the time, he was 5. Her oldest son, which probably was 9. They're in the back seat playing. Okay, and my baby son, once you start playing with my baby son, he get excited. So then they know once you play with him, it's kind of hard to turn them down. So the other son back there playing with him, and now the son want to stop playing. Her older son, Eric, want to stop playing, but my baby boy is still playing. So he tells his mama, he won't stop playing. So she started going off on the baby boy, which is Darian. So when she started going off on him, like, okay, what you going off on him for? So she started, me and her started going back and forth. I called her name. I did call her name. And she said, call me a name again. I'm going to knock your teeth out your mouth. So I called her name again. Didn't think she was going to knock my teeth out my mouth. She knocked my teeth out my mouth. She punched me over 20 times driving down I-10. I'm driving the car. We on I-10. She punching me in my face. Now, it's impossible for me to hit her, and I'm driving down I-10 with my right hand or my left hand because I'm driving. So I done took so many hits to my face, I'm getting dazed. Yeah, I back-armed her and jumped out the car in the middle of the highway. Jumped out the car, went to CVS and called the police. Called the police and reported it, showed them my teeth that bust out my mouth, called her dad and told her dad to come get her stuff out her house, my house right now, and her dad came.
Now, Mr. Artie, were there any criminal charges that were picked up against Ms. Bezier?
I did not file charges, but I did make a police report. Yes, I did make a police report. That is true.
Okay. Now,
she did get knocked out my mouth, so she put me on her dental insurance, which I was on her dental insurance.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Oh, she knocked my teeth out, so as recompense, she put me on her dental plan? This is gotta be one of the strangest cases I've ever heard. You're right, Grim. Like, if you could not write this and people would say, it's not realistic, that's not true, that can't happen. Nobody else here seems to be shocked. I'm shooken. The judge is like, I hate my life. These poor children. I always feel for the children. I don't know if they, I mean, do they have a responsibility to call CPS about this? I mean, I believe it, but it's unbelievable.
Insurance tooth because she felt bad, so she put me on her dental insurance so she could fix my tooth. Yes, she physical assaulted me. It didn't go like I did, like y'all saying. It didn't go that way. She assaulted me. I defended myself and jumped out the car.
Now, Mr. Artie, aside from the injury that you sustained in your mouth, what other injuries did you sustain from that incident?
My whole side of my face was swollen. She punched me in my face over 20 times. I'm driving a car down I-10.
Now, Mr. Artie, did you go to the doctor?
No, I didn't. I went to the dentist. I went to the dentist after the fact because my tooth was broken in half. She broke my tooth in half.
Okay.
One tooth? You did say, first of all, I do have one thing. Who counts? Who counts when they're getting hit in the face and driving? That's the one thing. It's the one thing. And I count when I pee. I count all the time. I count everything. I don't know what all the summaries are. I don't get to see the summaries unless you guys put them in the chat.
Now, sir, let's go ahead and talk about the incident that happened in 2020. Did you pull a gun on Ms. Bezio in 2020 while she was asleep?
No, I did not.
Okay, what happened?
What happened is I had just got out the penitentiary. First off, we are married. We've been together over 13 years, over 10 years. We married. We've been together over 10 years. Okay. Now, when I was in the penitentiary, I come home. Well, when I was in the penitentiary, she left me in the penitentiary. She left me for dead.
Judge, I'm going to go ahead and object to non-responsive at this time.
I'll sustain that. What was the question?
What happened on the incident of the 2020, the night?
Yeah, I'm going to sustain that. Sir, please listen to the question and answer.
Yeah,
if you could just
part of the story. That's the part of the story because the story rolled over from the penitentiary. I come from the penitentiary. She messing with my homeboy. So we.
Did he just say she left me at the penitentiary? Sir, you got yourself into the penitentiary. She can't come get you. Second, did he just say she was messing with his homeboy? Thirdly, if you're in a relationship like this, please seek help. Either party. Moment of clarity for you. This is horrendous for children. Also, Jim and Vicky. Is that who's having a relationship? Is that what it said? Yeah, Vicky and Jim. Hilarious. The AI is terrible.
We are married. I'm in the penitentiary. She's messing with one of my friends. So this is what happened. We having a discussion about her messing with one of my friends because she gave me an STD when I came home. I call it STD. I have paperwork for catching an STD from my wife. So this is where this comes from. It's more to the story than what she's saying. It ain't happened like how she's saying it. That ain't
now,
happened.
Mr. Artie, if we could just break it up, okay? So was there a physical altercation that happened on that night?
No, it's more of just going back and forth, arguing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, did I take a phone? Yeah, I took a phone. Did I throw a phone? Yeah, I took a phone. Yes, and I threw a phone. Yes, I did.
Now, sir, is it common for there to be a gun in the home of Ms. Bezio?
She keep a gun. Yes, she do. She's supposed to keep a gun. She's a mother. Yes, she do.
Okay. Now, do you have firearms as well at your home?
No, I don't have firearms in my home anymore.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. Now, as far
and with the clip that's in the bag, that is old. That is some fireworks that I've been having over 5-6 years since they were staying with me. That's old. That don't go in.
Now, Mr. Artie, I do want to talk about that incident next. So, did Ms. Bezio confront you about the magazine that was in the bag on 4th of July?
Sure. Yes.
And what was your response to that?
Yes, give it here. Yes.
I'm sorry?
I told her, yes, I wanted it.
How did the magazine end up in the kid's bag?
First off, I moved, and that come out of storage. That come out of the storage. So I went and got the fireworks out the storage, which probably, I don't know what's in the bag. Is the clip in there? Yeah, it probably was a clip in there. Did I put the clip in there? Yeah, because I done moved everything out my house into the storage. So yes, would it harm the kids? I wouldn't dare harm my kids in no type of form and fashion. Do my kids be around guns, sitting around guns? No, my kids would never sit around guns. I would never introduce my kids to nothing to harm my kids.
Now, Mr. Artie, let me ask you this. Is it common for you and mom to exchange the same bag for the children for visits?
We don't change bags. I don't understand what you mean by that.
So the magazine clip was in one of the children's bags, is that right?
No, it wasn't in a kid's bag. No, I went and brought a bag of fireworks. Fireworks that I got out of my storage. A regular bag, like you put bag out the grocery store, one of them bags just filled with fireworks.
Okay. Now, did you allow the children to take the bag? To handle the bag, I should say.
No, I put it in the trunk of her car.
Okay. Now, sir, you heard Ms. Bezio that she has no problems with you doing overnight visits or unsupervised visits, correct? You heard her say that there's no concern there.
But the thing with me is,
just if you could just answer my question.
I really want to terminate this and give me a lawyer, because it's more like you bashing me than anything. You're not going to sit up here and just bash me like I'm a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad parent. Yeah, I done had my faults when I was younger. Yeah, I'm way older now.
This time I am going to object to non-responsive.
You bashing me. I
Sir,
prefer to have a lawyer, please.
Okay, sir, first of all, this is not criminal court, so you're not entitled to a lawyer.
Yeah, but
a lawyer.
See, the only thing
Please
is,
listen to me. Sir,
Yes,
this is, sir, you are in court. I am not bashing anybody. I'm trying to maintain some civility.
I'm not saying you are.
I know that people think they have First Amendment rights, but in the courthouse, you sort of leave them at the door a little, and you need to listen when the judge speaks. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
please be quiet for a moment while I speak.
Yes, ma'am.
You are in real court now. I'd have a bailiff up next to you at this point.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So I want to make sure you understand this is not criminal court, so you do not have the right to a court-appointed lawyer.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
I'm not saying you don't have the right to a lawyer. If you would like a lawyer to represent you, you can consult a lawyer and hire one.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
what you're asking for time to do?
Yes. It's more like I'm going on a trial docket. My whole criminal history. I'm 45 years old. That's old, man. People grow up. That ain't no.
Well, sir, these incidents allegedly in 2022 and 2024, so they're not from when you were 18.
22, 24. I've been out since I've been out. What everybody make mistakes. Y'all like people don't make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. That's how you live and you learn. Everybody. I'm the best dad ever. I'm with my kids 24/7. I'm always with my kids. There's no time I'm not with my kids. I don't even.
The math ain't mathing, sir. You have them on weekends. In what world is that 24/7? Also, I always find when people say I'm the best at XYZ, they are compensating for something. Look at the judge. She is like, is this fucking happening? They need virtual bailiffs. They should, that's what they should do. They should put people in virtual jail. Put like jail bars in front of his Zoom box.
You understand how I'm in child support court. It don't even make sense.
Okay, well, sir, you are here. Okay, I don't want to prevent you from having more information. However, I do want to have the right to consult a lawyer. At this point, sir, the state is asking for a temporary order, not a final order. So you will definitely have a chance to hire a lawyer for final trial. Let me just let you all kind of know my feeling on 50-50. I think there are times it's appropriate, but that's usually when parents really get along well. And from what I've heard today, you all do. I think you all get along for your kids well. I think you're both very active parents. And I haven't heard a lot of the stuff we're going into with your background, sir. Doesn't seem like it has anything to do with visitation. And I'm hearing that. I will say, though, put your hand down. I know that you want to speak it, but this is kind of my chance. I'm concerned a little about some of the things I've heard from both of you. I'm concerned about children's access to guns. I'm concerned about allowing children to use 5-year-old fireworks. That just doesn't sound safe. I'm concerned that
She always has the weirdest concerns. I love her, but in the last case, her biggest concern was about Chicken and Pickle going out of business because it's a pickleball place and that's where they picked to do the exchange. And she was a little concerned about the Chicken and Pickle business model. And now she's worried about 5-year-old fireworks. Do fireworks go bad? Probably, but again, just not what I would have picked up on.
Kept with fireworks in bags and things that the children are exposed to. I'm concerned guns were not kept in gun safes. I just have a lot of concerns. But that being said, you're both parenting your children, and really that's all that's before me. This is not criminal court. This is not child support. This is not CPS court. At some point, this is what it is. So at this point, and again, you can certainly argue on final trial, sir, for 50-50, but based on what I've heard today, I'm not going to order a 50-50 visitation. Ma'am, I had a question for you about, and actually, sir, you can answer this probably. When you all do the pickup and drop offs at her father's house, does she drop off the child and then you pick up and don't see her, or are you all there at the same time?
Man, I see her every time. It's 1,000 times I see her. It ain't no different with me and her. Me and her don't have no altercation. It ain't no bad blood between us. Period. We get along perfectly together now than together. You know,
Yes,
that's
I
what
believe
happened
that.
to the that's what happened with the separation.
No.
We grew apart. It's more growing apart. Coherent, co-parenting with each other.
Yeah, we parent.
Perfect.
We parent.
It's to the max. It just we lack on certain different things. We're gonna disagree on certain different things, and we're gonna agree on certain things. Other than that, we good parents. We perfectly good parents.
Yeah. I don't. He sees me sometimes because I'm there and they're there when I'm at work. But sometimes I do just drop them off and he just gets them. So we don't have a problem with
I'm just trying to decide whether you prefer doing the drop-offs and pickups at your father's house versus the Walmart. Because
we do that. Yeah. It's
rather
always
do it at your
been my
father's
dad's house.
Okay.
It's
And so
always been my dad's house. Yeah.
And you're good doing this at your dad's house like you've always done? You agree
It's
that you've
fine.
always done this?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Artie, do you agree that that's where you've been doing the pickup and drop-offs?
Yes, ma'am. It been perfect. It always been perfect. It ain't that bad about it.
I don't want to stop something that's working.
No. That is
Perfect.
perfect. We know our boundaries between each other. We don't step over the boundaries. Period. We don't. At the end of the day, we have to raise our kids together. That's the whole point. I say 50-50 because at the end of the day, we have our kids. That's all we have. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. I give y'all the money you want. I just want 50-50 of my kids. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. I love my kids. I'm a real dad. I want my kids. That's it. I just want to have access to my kids. Ain't no harm. I just want access to my kids. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. Seriously.
I feel like he does have access to the kids because if he calls, I'll let him get them.
Perfect.
But it's not what he was saying. Like he gets them every 3 months out the summer. He doesn't do that, and he doesn't get them every holiday. Like we do different holidays.
Well, this is the first time ever since we've been separated. Now I make it more easy for her. I do make it easy. Now, anytime when kids don't have school, I come get the kids. Any break, like Christmas break, this is the first summer she had them for a whole month. Any other for the past 3 years, this is the first summer you had them for a whole month.
No, it's not.
You will call me and seriously say when you're gonna bring the kids back because there's no such thing as me not bringing. I'll keep
the only reason I do that because you had already exceeded your month. So that's the only reason I asked them. But any other time, I mean, visitation is great. I think we have an open communication about visitation. I mean, if he calls, yeah, you can come get him.
Okay. And ma'am, if something big happened to the child, like if either of your children needed like surgery, or you were deciding on what school they were going to attend or what program they would attend, would you reach out to Mr. Artie? about that issue?
School, no, because they live with me, so they go to the same school that they've been going to.
And I guess nothing
Um,
has come up, but I'm just, and you're fortunate. It sounds like you don't have a special needs child, so that there's not as many issues
Right,
with some
right,
kids. You go to your zone school,
right,
the
right,
kids
right,
choose the
right,
classes, you don't.
right.
So it's not like
The only thing I
the
think
school
I'll
board
reach out.
chooses the classes. So you might not have a lot of school decisions.
No, not really. The only thing I think we have a decision on is like if our kids want to do extracurricular activities, I'll say, hey, the kids want to do this. Can you pay half of it or something like that? I think that's probably the only thing, but they don't really
like if a
participate in that
surgery
no
came
more.
up, or they
Yeah,
wanted to
I'll
join
let
the
him know.
military at 17, like would you let him know? You'd reach out to him, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
big
I
things.
reach out
Okay.
to him to everything, graduations, dance. I mean, whatever they have at school, I reach out to them. I tell my kids, hey, call your dad, let your dad know this. Field trips, he usually goes on them because he's off or whatever he got going on. He's off, but he'll go to those. So yeah, I make them reach out. I make them, yeah. Even
Well,
report cards. I'm like, hey, call your dad, or I'll send him, hey, the kids got all A's or whatever. I take a picture, send it to them.
it ain't no day that I miss with my kids. Not a field trip, not no dentist appointment, not if it's a doctor's
You don't go to
appointment.
dentist, doctor. You don't do those unless I call and tell you, hey, I gotta work. Can you go?
You ain't took them to the doctor. So
What dentist do they go to?
rodeo
Okay.
dentist.
Okay,
That's
y'all,
where-
this is neither here nor
Oh,
there for what
I'm
I'm
sorry.
ordering today. We're not getting into this level of
Yeah.
managing in the courthouse.
That's the miscommunication. Other than that, Judge,
Okay, so why don't we get into some testimony, Ms. Villarreal, about income
Yes, Judge.
with Mr. Artie.
May I proceed?
Mhm.
Thank you. Mr. Artie, are you currently employed, sir?
no, I got into a wreck, so I'm not working right now, but I'm starting my own business right now as well. So I do have money saved up that I could take care of myself for the next 4 or 5 years. So, and my kids, so I'm not hurting on any type of money wise. No, I'm not. But working wise, no, I'm in the process of transforming my business up right now. So within probably the next month or two, my business will be up and running.
Okay. Now, Mr. Artie, when did you stop working?
I started working 3 weeks ago.
And what were you doing?
Truck driver.
How long have you been were you doing the truck driving?
A year and a half now.
And what were you earning as a truck driver?
What was I earning? Then I was averaging 1,000 a week.
Is that gross?
Yes.
That's before any taxes are deducted.
Mhm.
You were
Mhm.
earning 1,000, correct?
Yes.
Now, sir, what type of business are you trying to?
Oh, trucking business.
It's a
Trucking
trucking.
business. Yes.
Okay. And how far are you into starting that trucking business? What have you
2
accomplished?
months. I'm 2 months out.
So do you have a any type of company formation that you've applied for?
I got everything. I'm just waiting. I'm just processing in. Everything
what's
I already
left?
processed.
What is left for you to
Only thing is I'm going through taking the classes right now. After I finish all my classes within the next 2 months, I'll be finished and I'll be up.
That's not everything. How were you doing truck driving before? If you now are confused.
what type of classes are you taking for that?
I'm taking Boeing passenger certification. I'm taking the hazmat certification, and I'm also taking the CDL class as well.
You did mention that you have money saved up.
Yes.
So how much money do you have in saved up?
I have money saved up. Number, I can't go specific on a number. I did win in the casino last year, a nice amount of money. So that's really what I'm living off right now to keep me afloat. So yes. And I do have receipts for the casino as well. That shows my winning. Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you report those winnings in your
Taxes?
Yes.
You have to file them. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what was your the adjusted gross income for 2023?
I didn't even finish filing. I didn't even finish going through them yet because they still coming in.
When was the last time you filed?
I filed. I did. I filed. No, I didn't file last year. Last year I was gonna file with it. This year, I think 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
And what was the adjusted gross in 2022?
I really don't remember. I can't lie to you. I don't want to be lying.
Now, when will you be submitting the income tax for 2023?
After all my forms come in, because I'm still waiting on some more documents coming in.
What documents are you waiting on, sir?
From the casino. So I want to get all my receipts from the casino. They said they got something going on down there in Las Vegas. I don't know. I can't tell you Pacific, but they said they got something going on with the system. And I've been calling for them, and they told me I can file them now, but with me still old and with me winning so much, I don't want it to hurt me in the long run. So I'm just.
What did you win, sir?
I won over 120,000.
Let's see.
This is this is fucking. Oh my God. Does he not understand that this works against him right now? Also, yeah, that isn't really that much at a Vegas casino.
And what month did you win those earnings at the casino?
I couldn't even tell you that. It was numerous times.
So was the 120 a total amount of all your winnings for the year?
It was
just one?
Yeah, it was more than that. It was winning after winning after winning after winning. Just jackpots.
Now, for 2023, what would you say the average was your earnings for your winnings in the casino for last year?
Ooh. Probably over 150,000, probably, if not more.
In total, right?
Yeah, if not more. Yes.
Now, you were employed the entire year of 2023, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. Now, sir, at this time, do you have any other minor children that you have an obligation to support still? No.
Only two. No, ma'am.
Can I clarify? So the 150,000, was that from truck driving or was that the casino earnings?
That's casino earnings.
What were your truck driving earnings last year?
Truck driving earnings last year, probably like 60,000, somewhere between there, something like that, 50 to 60.
And at this time, do you have access to private health insurance for the kids?
No, but if I need to, I can get it. That's without a doubt. That's what like if I need to get it and take it off mom back, oh yeah, it's no problem. It's not a problem paying anything for my kids. I'm not bothered by that. I would do anything. That's not the problem. We just need to get everything in balance. That's it. That's all it is.
Now, sir, in Ms. Karina's testimony, she did request a non-disclosure of her identifying information. Do you have an objection with mom not being ordered to disclose that information to you?
And what's the information?
Where she's living.
I'm not bothered about where she lives. I'm not bothered by that. That's not my concern. My concern is just my kids. And I pay for their cell phone so I can talk to my kids all day long. So I'm not worried about that. No.
Okay. Now, sir, do you have any safety concerns with having to disclose your identifying information on the order or to Miss Bazio?
Yeah, that's the same. My address, same thing.
I'm sorry, what was that?
My address the same way. If I don't know where she stays, well, she know where I stay.
Okay. So do you have any fears of future harm, harassment, or threats if you were to
No.
disclose that information?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. No, that's not a concern. Period.
Okay. All right. Now, I know we covered a lot, but can you clarify what you were in prison for?
Possession of a firearm.
Okay. Was there any other charge?
Possession of a firearm with marijuana. That's
Okay.
what I went to jail for, in possession of prescriptions.
Okay. Now, was it the charge that you were a felon and you had a possession of a firearm? Is that
Yeah,
what
my wife's gun was in her car. It was her gun.
Okay.
So possession of her gun. The gun
Okay.
was in the car with a convicted felon, so I went to jail for convicted felon with firearm. But the gun was her gun.
Now,
When you
what
say-
was
Do you mean this woman?
Yes, Karina Bazille. The gun was registered to her in her name. Yes.
So how? Okay, so you had possession of your wife's gun in your car.
Yes. The car was registered to both of them in our name,
Okay.
but the point of the incident is convicted felon. I'm supposed to be around the firearm.
may I proceed, Judge?
You may.
Thank you. And what were you convicted of a felon? What was the felon part of that? Why were you a felon?
Felon. I caught a felony in 2001.
And what for?
Possession of controlled substance.
Okay. And at this time, are you on any probation?
No, I'm not.
And you don't have any type of restrictions as far as any bond conditions or anything like that pending?
I have no need to be. No.
Okay. Would you agree that would you be opposed to using a parenting app to communicate with Ms. Bazio regarding the children?
I don't even really talk to her on that level. If I have to talk to her, I could talk to her through my kids. That's the whole point of me having my kids' phone. You know, we have a this agreement. Okay, can you tell your mama this or do this and do this? It ain't. I talk
Now,
to my kids.
Ms. Hardy, do you believe, wouldn't it be appropriate not to communicate through children, but to directly to mom?
Right. Oh,
If that's the case,
I'm sorry.
I could do that. I could do that through the phone. By me doing that through an app, no, that's more of a private matter. That's just like y'all monitoring this. Like that's I don't believe in that because we grown, responsible. It ain't no beef between us. It ain't no arguing. It ain't no fighting. So by me letting y'all know what we talking about, no, that's unacceptable to me.
Judge, at this time, I do pass this witness.
Okay. You're both representing yourselves right now, so I'm going to give you both a chance to speak. Ms. Basil, is there anything else you'd like to say?
The only thing that I would want him to do when communicating is not communicate through the kids, but call me, because there's been some times where we're at my dad's house and he's outside and he's like, hey, tell the kids to come outside. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know, I didn't know because he talks to them and not me. So if he can just text me, call me, say, hey, I'm coming all the time, then I don't have a problem with that. With him not wanting to be on the app. But if he's gonna call my kids and tell them stuff, then that will be a problem. Because then I sometimes have to call him and say, hey, you didn't tell me you were coming to get them, or hey, like, what's going on? Like, so.
You have concerns with him knowing your phone number, ma'am?
No, he has my phone number.
Does he know where you live right now?
He gave the kids iPhones, which had the location. So I tried to take that off and it wouldn't come off because he has to have a password for it. So I make them leave their phone sometimes at my dad's house so he won't have my address. But my son snuck his phone to my house. So I don't know if he has my address or not. So if he would give me the passwords to the phones, the
only thing with the password with an iPhone that go into my cloud. Other than that, They can
Oh,
take
okay.
the location off anytime. I don't care where she stayed. I'm not bothered where she stayed at. The only thing I have the location on because stuff happened too much. And if something happened with my kids, I can always look at the phone and see where they at. Or if they lose their phone, I can find their phone. That's the point of having that on there. Other than that, I don't care where she stay at. That's not my concern.
That's true that he told me that, but I also told him that I can't take it off. So if they're at home with me before we get home, I should be able to at least turn the location off before we get to my house. So not having the phone with the location on is fine because stuff happens at school. But as far as them going to the house with the phone, not with the location on. He has like a parent control where he can only control stuff. He controls the apps they be on. He controls the time. Everything on the phone that he gave them, basically, I have no control of. So that's kind of concerning to me.
Now, has he been giving you any support for the children?
I asked him, I think he gave 3 times. I asked him, I told him, hey, you have to start helping with the kids. And he said, how much did you need? So he gave me $500. I'm pretty sure he has it in his phone. He gave me $500. He gave me $300. And then one time I asked him, hey, can you give me $100 to help with the food? He gave me that. And then I think he let me use his food stamp card. He gave me some money off of that.
Food stamp card? What? Uh-huh. Hector, there was some very serious allegations at the beginning of this case. But is anybody keeping track of the food stamps card for the government? Why does he have $150,000 that he made off the casino last year, but he is on food stamps? Isn't that like welfare? We don't have food stamps here in Canada. So you can spend your money on whatever you want, but they don't give you a lot of it.
So I basically tell him, hey, just whatever you can do, like the kid, hey, we need food. Like, can you put, I'm gonna put this half in, can you put the other half in? Like, can you buy them snacks? Or sometimes he called the other day, like, hey, do you need anything? I said, hey, I don't need nothing. Just the whatever kind of snacks the kids you want to get the kids, just get them that. And he told me to name my amount that I wanted. Name the amount you want. Whatever amount you want, I'm gonna give to you. But that's
I'm
not
just
how
wondering
it goes.
because the financial part of this case is a little murky. So I was wondering if you had he was giving you something regularly or if there was
Oh no, no, he hasn't given nothing this year, I don't think. Oh, $100. I asked him for $100 to get the kids some snacks.
He hasn't filed with his winnings yet for his taxes, so next year is going to change, I guess.
Okay. Mr. Artie, is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I have gave them money. I have gave my money this year.
And we're not going into back child support today.
Okay. So don't make my
because I'm trying to figure out what's a fair child support amount for you.
Okay, because and same thing I told her, but the same thing I told her. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make it.
Stations.
I'm going to dip off the screen because the internet's having a hard time. But the judge is going to, so basically he doesn't want to pay child support. Oh, I clicked it right to the front. Fuck. Hold on.
Phone calls back and forth. Can I visit? You're going to have a set visitation schedule. You don't have not about what she needs. I mean, you seem like you see these kids enough and provide for them enough that, you know, kids cost money.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
you need to look at them. They eat food, they do activities,
And-
I mean,
and-
everything these days costs.
And the thing is, I try to make it easy for her because I tell her, you don't have to buy the kids nothing. Kids need, I buy it. You ain't gotta buy them no clothes. You ain't gonna get my daughter hair done. I go take her to get her hair braided. When she don't do it, when the mom don't do her hair, I'll spend over probably $3,000-4,000 a year doing her hair, going to the beauty hair, going to get braids. I spend money on my kids. It's not a doubt with it. So I have receipts. I have receipts for everything that I do with my kids. No such thing. I keep receipts. So anytime I go do anything with my kids, I keep it cuz. And I file it at the end of the year on my taxes.
So how much would you say you're paying per month for your children right now?
He don't pay me.
I pay my children. I haven't gave her no money in the
Not
last.
her. No, how much do you think? Because you're going to start paying child support, sir. I'm just trying to come up with a fair number. And this is a temporary order, so I'm not as concerned, but I still want it to be in the ballpark of fair for everybody.
Only thing, whatever it takes for her to get some food. Cause I buy all the food. Cause other than that, I buy all the clothes. I do everything else. Only thing she probably needed out is food wise. Other than that, I buy everything. I buy everything else. So whatever she needs for food, I pay that. But other than that, I pay for everything else. I buy the clothes, I get the haircut, I pay the cell phone bills, I buy all the presents, I pay for everything else. Food wise, she just gotta give me a number on the food, whatever that is. I don't know.
Ma'am?
He does that, but I do the same thing. I'm the mom. He does buy school clothes, that's it. And of course, everybody's gonna buy their kids holiday presents for birthdays and holidays. So, but he doesn't pay anything. Like, he doesn't give me nothing per month. Like, the stuff he do is for his house, like when they're with him.
No, I buy clothes to send home with them. I don't keep no clothes. I never take no clothes from them. So any clothes they get, everything go to your house.
Yeah, school. You buy school clothes.
Everything.
We're not fighting over this. I'm setting child support. So I'm just trying to figure out a fair number. That's the only reason. I'm not trying to say you are or aren't doing it. I was just trying to come up with a fair number. You have not given me
whatever good number for the food. Whatever I need to pay for that food wise, I'm gonna pay it. Whatever it is, it don't even matter. Not to me. So I'm gonna feed my kids. Ain't no such thing my kids going without it. As long as you use it in the right place, I don't care. As long as it's going for them, the kids for food wise.
Please be quiet. Okay. Ms. Villarreal, do you have any closing you'd like to make?
I can, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, the Office of the Attorney General just is requesting the court to make appropriate orders regarding the conservatorship based on the testimony provided by both parties and physical altercations that have happened in the past. It seems that the parties are okay with Mr. Artie having unsupervised visits. So if the court could just order appropriate visitation schedule, it would be the standard possession order. If the court deems that appropriate. Regarding the child support, Judge, at this time, it is a state's position. Well, Mr. Artie has testified that last year he did gross $60,000 based on just his trucking. I understand that he also earned some earnings from the casino, which was $150,000 in total for the year 2023. Child support based on a $60,000 gross income for 2 children and a cash medical support of $300 would make child support $971 per month. If the court considers any of the earnings that Mr. Artie did win for last year, unfortunately, that would bring up the child support to the max amount. But because Mr. Artie has mentioned that he's technically not working, he's starting up his business, but he is capable of making the $60K earnings from his employer. We just asked the court to make an appropriate finding or ruling regarding the child support calculation. Since it is a temporary order, we are requesting that Mr. Artie bring any financial documents with him for the final trial. Regarding the medical, Judge, it seems that at this time, neither party has private health insurance, but Ms. Basil does have private dental insurance available through her employer, which she testified that it cost $24 bi-weekly. She does have 5 people enrolled in that plan for the dental. It does include dental and vision, but we understand that the vision is not required per the Texas Family Code. So if she were to continue to maintain the dental, then we just ask that Mr. Artie reimburse the that cost pro rata just for the 2 children associated in this suit only, and not any other person that may be enrolled in that plan. And we are also requesting the court to just make appropriate findings
You're getting
regarding
that at $21. Am I doing my math right?
So, sorry, Judge, I had it right now. Yes, it's just about $21 for both children per month, just for the dental, which I know includes vision too, but since that's the only amount that we have at this time, the cash dental support would be $21 per month. And we're just asking that these orders, that support orders start August 1st and have all issues reserved for final trial, given that there are some contested issues or some concerns regarding the finality of this case. And that's all I have, Judge.
Mr. Artie, do you have anything in response to all that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Now, understand, yeah, I'm gonna just wait. It's okay.
Anything on the money aspect? I haven't heard a
Yeah,
whole lot.
I just don't understand the calculation on that wise.
The gross is $5,000 a month based on 60,000.
Okay, but it's the point. The point of is we both have the kids' accurate times, because if we go calculate the timing of the kids, she don't have no kids no more than I have the kids. We have them about the same amount of time. So I don't understand how it falls on the mom side and not on the dad side. So how the gross come like that is more meet in the middle. We both take care of the kids. Okay, I understand the kids be with her. I bring them back Monday, so they be with her Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday they gone with me, and they gonna come back Monday night again. So I'm trying to understand how that go on, and with me having the kids, man, if you do the calculation on the days tells it all. So I don't understand how the math with the money wise. I don't want to get beat up just giving stuff. No, because we both take care of the kids. I'm not trying to take care of everybody in the house. I'm trying to take care and make sure my kids eat, not take care of what you want to go get your hair done or stuff like that. No, I want to put the money in the right spot. I don't want the kids to have, I give you $500 and the kids talking about we still ain't got no food in the house, daddy. I don't want to go through that.
Well, sir, the number was $971, and that was based on your $60,000 income. We were talking about $150,000 on top of that. Hi, Crass. How are you doing, by the way? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Ed's got it right here. My kids. My kids. My kids. Click it. There it is. Oh man. He's gonna be disappointed.
So I just wanted to go in the right direction.
How much are their cell phone plans?
I pay $259 right now.
Is that for you and the children, or who else is on?
No, me and the children. They got tablets. Both of them got tablets, and both of them got cell phones. And I've been paying that. I don't ask for nothing pertaining to my kids.
Ma'am, one moment, you're gonna get a chance to speak.
I don't say I need help paying.
Sir, when we ask questions, please just answer the question.
Okay.
Commentary on the side about.
Okay.
I hear that you're a great dad. I don't need to keep hearing it.
Okay.
We have other cases that need to be heard today, so I need the facts. I don't need the commentary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Basil, is there anything else you'd like wanted to respond to about this?
Well, they were going to be on my plan, but he decided, no, they don't need to be on your plan. They need to be on my plan. So that's why they're there.
You don't have a plan. You on your daddy plan.
Exactly.
Sir,
We were going to be, we're all going to be on the same plan. Where everybody is on the same family plan except for them two.
Well, this is my
Because
first time. This is
he
my
wanted-
first time hearing about this right here, about her being on a family plan, because ever since my daughter turned 7 years old, I brought her a cell phone. I never knew
Okay, sir.
about no family
Sir.
plan.
Okay.
It's shook. I'm shooketh. I'm shooketh. Also, I posted a new Discord link. 7-year-olds don't need cell phones. Top right is the Office of the Attorney General. She is here because these children are on some form of public assistance. So that's why she's here. Judge be thinking, Judge be writing. He is probably the definition. She did out him for dealing drugs and what was the other thing?
And when I say I buy clothes throughout the whole year, not just in
Sure.
the beginning of the year.
Sir. And I'm going to make my ruling on the temporary orders basis. You all might want to consult lawyers. You might want to consider divorcing, because some of these issues you're bringing up are not really child support matters.
It's
They're
a
bigger
divorce
picture
matter.
matters.
Yes.
And so be aware of that. This is just to get something started. First, I'm going to order that you both take a parenting class, which if you do,
I've almost never heard her order that. That's insane. Look at both their faces. Yeah, both of you need to do a parenting class. Get on that. Yeah, he's a year-round clothes buyer. Like, what kind of flex is that?
file for divorce, they will require this anyway. And you're ordered to provide the Attorney General's office a certificate of completion of the class before the next setting, which we'll get to. This is out of DC2. I think they have a list of parenting classes.
Okay.
So you can just attach that to the order. That's all get so they can see what options are. They're online usually.
Judge.
I'm going to appoint the parties joint managing conservators. I'm going to order right now a standard possession order. The pickup and drop off can either be at school during the school year or at her father's house during when their school's not in session. I am finding he has gross monthly resources of 5,000 per month. I'm ordering that she continue with a government or medical assistance program at this time. I am finding that she has dental support through her job, I think it said. So I'm ordering a cash medical support payment of $150 each month beginning August 1st of 2024. I'm ordering that he pay a cash dental payment of $21 each month beginning August 1st of 2024. Child support based on 2 children at 25%, I'm rounding to 1,000. However, I am going to deviate to 800 at this time due to cellular expenses paid and other items paid. All of this can be addressed again at final trial. I'm just trying to get you all something in place. And so the more information you provide on final trial, the better this ruling can be. And I'm not addressing back child support today, and I'm not addressing court costs. I am going to, at this time, order the non-disclosure for Ms. Basil. However, ma'am, you're fine providing your cell number?
Yes, he has it.
Okay. And I am going to order, though, that she provide her cell number. I am enjoining both parties from talking to the children about this litigation. And you really should not be talking through the children, sir. There's study after study that shows it's very bad for children. They feel like they're part of this problem or bad situation, and it does
No,
not work.
it ain't no. It's
I'm not, it's not a debate. I'm letting you know what the
oh
study
yeah,
is.
yeah. I don't talk to them about nothing like that. No, I don't talk to nothing that we got containing. No, it's more of
But even just scheduling. Kids don't want to be part of the scheduling process. They don't want to be part of mommy and dad, or they don't want to know, like, dad said something, mom doesn't know it. They don't want to be, they love both of you. No matter what any parent does, your kids love both of you, even when you do bad things.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yes.
And so they don't want to be the coordinators. They want to just have fun with both of you. Yes, you have to discipline them and be parents, but they want you to be their parents. They don't want to be the go-between.
Yeah.
And there's study after study that shows that. And that's part of what I'm hoping the parent in class will help both of you with too. And so I just be mindful of that, please. And I do expect when you come back to not be coordinating through them. If you are still coordinating through them, I'm concerned about it. So just be aware of that. And when would you like to come back for final trial, Ms. Villarreal?
Judge, we do have October 28th at 11:30, which is about 90 days out from today, if that would be appropriate with
It should be
Your
an
Honor.
8:30 case and not
Okay.
a 11:30 case.
8:30 is fine. It's available as well.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we do, you said October 28th?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we do October 28th at 8:30? This gives both of you plenty of time if you want to consult lawyers. Definitely, if you consult somebody and hire them, let them know this order exists and that there's a setting coming up and they can file whatever they need to file or do. Okay. The Attorney General's office is going to draft this temporary order based on my ruling, and they're going to have you go back to the breakout rooms where you can review and ask any questions that you may have about it. And then we will see you back October 28th, 2024.
He's
Thank you.
texting
That's-
furiously. Oh my God. Wow. 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 What a case. What a day. What was that even? I honestly can't even know. October 28th, I'm really going to have to remind myself before that week so that I really try hard to get that case. I don't know if it's in person. Some of the courts do only in person for final trial, and then some of them do it online. So, but did anybody else's face fall when they heard that it was 90 days from now until October 28th? I know my heart sunk a little bit. How is that possible? That's Fantasy Fest? Oh, see, that's what I'd like to be doing in October. Put it into the universe, make it happen. You guys, I hope that you had a wonderful time here. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure that you've subscribed, turn notifications on. We do this every day, pretty much. And if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. Crass, you were here too. Glad to see it. Remember that I love you. I am proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.